gentlemen, yet another week has passed in the Snapdragon Pro Series, and you know what that means. It's weekly recap time. North America will be playing their Split 1 Open Finals this weekend, Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. So make sure you tune in at the links below. But in the meantime, Yermina and AP have continued their Split 2s. So let's start this week by checking in with Victor Cax to get the update from Asia Pacific.
The time has come for the era of everyone. Snapdragon Pro Series presents Brawl Stars Asia Pacific. Today, for Week 5, we've got 2 matches to break down here, starting off with Cecilia vs Sang in the round of 16. Game 1 was on hot potato and things started off pretty badly for Cecilia. Their max search BB drop wasn't able to deal with the spike bull Colette, leading to some frustration on Cecilia's part. Colette in particular was hard to pin down, giving Sang a lot of initiative during fights, and Cecilia could only stand and watch as the safe crumbles to dust. The next game was Knockout on Bell's Rock, and this time, Cecilia drops a Janet Carl Rosa to Sang's Gale Bell Max. Shu makes good use of the Janet, catching Sang off guard in the first round. Kiritampo's Gale got taken out first, while Guntampo on the Bell took a bad hit from Melty's Carl, who then pushed forward, forcing Bell in the Max to be pincered in the middle. Shu and Shizuku used this to move in on Beyond Nana, taking the Max out, leaving Guntampo isolated. Cleanup was pretty easy from this point on. The next round, Shu had Janet's Crescendo ready, which she used to force Guntampo into a corner. Getting the Bell down to 100, she used Drop the Base's huge radius to finish her off. Kiritampo moved in to help, which allowed Shizuku to isolate Beyond Nana and take the Max out. Kiritampo tried to hold out, but another Drop the Base pinned him against the fence and it was pretty much game over by that point. Shu even getting another Crescendo to end the fight. First set goes to Cecilia. For the next set, Guntampo took the left side and successfully kept Shu suppressed, eventually taking them out first. Kiritampo had Shizuku in front of the 3-sided fence and a Gale Force trapped her in. Melty tried to fall back by this point, but a Poison Cloud had already started to creep in, so Sang pretty much had the Carl completely drawn and quartered. This gained Sang some momentum, and Kiritampo was on double duty for the next round. First, ganking Shizuku and forcing her to use strong stuff and fall back into the grass, then swinging around to the left to help Guntampo take on Shu. Without the Janet, Melty and Shizuku tried to regroup, but Beyond Nana sprayed the grass, forcing them to separate. Kiritampo pounced on the weakened Rosa. Melty tried to get onto Guntampo, but the Bell kept her distance for Kiritampo to put in the finishing touch. In the third and final set, Shizuku made an error that allowed Rosa to be trapped in the fence again, and without their tank, Shu and Melty could only play defensively. Kiritampo had plenty of range to hit Shu from across the lake, and Guntampo sniped out their loudspeaker as soon as it was set down, leaving the Janet dangerously low on health while stranded out in the open. Easy pickings for the Gale. Left all alone now, Melty did the only thing they could do, which was to hold out until the Poison Cloud could come in to properly spell their doom. The next round didn't get any easier, and Shu's Crescendo ended in a crash with one last shot from Guntampo as soon as the Janet landed. Second set goes to Sang, and on to the quarterfinals they go. Next, let's have a look at Winter vs Fluffy for the Grand Finals. Game 1 was a brawl ball at Super Beach. A quick set of eliminations took out the entirety of Fluffy within seconds of each other and got the first goal for Winter. And a combo kill from the Byron Gale Squeak drop net them the second goal with ease. Crow Spike Terra Draft found it hard to deal with Squeak's huge effective area for his big blob, and Batoman's use of the Blustery Blow star power made his Gale Force even more deadly, with a 1.2 second stun on the Terra and Spike, opening a window for Levi to shoot and score. Next round, Fluffy managed to take out Levi and had Winter backed up to their goal, while they waited for the Byron to respawn. Once he was out, Squeak pushed up to open up some space at the cost of his health. He regrouped together with Levi while Batoman took over, pushing Tara out of the bushes with the Gale Force. Miria, sensing an opportunity, tried to jump on the Squeak, but Levi still had a full treatment, which he used to stop the Crow. They swung this momentum to push Fluffy back into their own goal. Unfortunately, the Squeak got taken out during the siege, which left Winter in an awkward position for the attack. At a crucial moment, Levi was pummeled to an inch of his life, so Spike moved in to kill. On his way down, he bumped into Squeak and was caught up fighting him instead, which allowed Levi to sneak up unopposed and score the set-winning goal. Game 2 was Gem Grab on Double Swoosh. Sandy Byron Mortis on Winter's side was no match for Max Pam Squeak on Fluffy's side. Both rounds ending in disaster for Fluffy. Sandy's tactic of using Sandstorm to delay Fluffy's attempts to stop Winter from finishing the countdown was so effective they were able to do it again in the next round. Here, Levi makes a spectacular play on the Mortis, setting up kills for Batoman on both Squeak and then Pam during the countdown. Staggering the kills like this meant that no matter what, Fluffy could only fight back one at a time, further compounding their problems. Winter takes the champion for week number 5. This run puts them second on the leaderboard just behind Sicilia by 5 points, while Sang takes the third rank despite losing out in the quarterfinals. That's all we have for now. Join us again next week for more Brawl Stars action only on the Snapdragon Pro series.
Wow, things are really heating up over there. Nice job, Victor. Now, let's turn our attention to Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa, where Reply Totem is really starting to distance themselves from the rest of the teams. In the semifinals of Cup 3, they took on Stamina EU, and the first set was Brawl Ball. RT started off strong with a quick double kill just seconds into the game, which led to an early goal. Now, we're going to pause it because I want you to look at the clock. There was 2:18 left when Joker put that one in. Okay, fast forward 10 seconds and just take a look at the pressure that Reply Totem is pouring on here. Stamina, having nothing to do but die or concede ground, ended up inside their own goal, and Joker put in the easy second goal, taking the round and set 1. Set 2 went to Bounty, and Stamina started to look a bit better than they did during the rough loss in Brawl Ball. They were holding a solid 5-0 lead for a while, but they were steadily giving up ground. Then, Joker started the pickoffs. After that double kill earlier, Joker landed this pick against Skyrix to take the lead. Then the team used all that map control to retreat and wind down the clock, securing the round win. RT got right back to the same dominant form they had in Brawl Ball in the second round of Bounty. Already up 4-1, Maru found this pick onto Lenoob to widen the lead to 6-1. Stamina had to try something drastic, so Lenoob put down a Sprout to cut off a choke point, but it ended up being his own grave. Joker saw him trapped there and used his super for the kill. The lead was simply too high, and Reply Totem moved on to the Cup 3 finals. Waiting for them in the finals was B2T, who found themselves down 70% quickly in Hot Zone. They didn't get to the finals by quitting though, as Jose came in clutch with good sticky placements. Ultimately, the lead was too big though, and Reply got round 1. Seemingly gaining some confidence from almost coming back in round 1, B2T came into round 2 aggressively. The fight for mid control raged on and came down to well-placed shots and effective dodges. Jose on the Squeak pushed RT back, taking control of the right flank. From there, Emma picked off Maru, giving B2T the numbers advantage that led to a full team wipe. RT stayed cool, calm, and collected though, and showcased why teamwork is the most important skill in Brawl Stars esports. They dodged hits and baited out their enemies while body blocking for injured teammates, allowing them to keep pumping out damage. This coordination was enough for the round win, which put them up 1-0 in the match. B2T continued to put up a fight, but the coordination and camaraderie of Reply Totem was simply too much to overcome. RT took the match 2-1 and with it took the top prize in Cup 3. Fast forward to the next night, and Humble found themselves matched up against the Dogster Lobsters in Cup 4 semis. Yeah, you heard that right. They're the damn Dogster Lobsters. And if you love that name half as much as we do, follow them on Twitter @DogsterLobster. Anyway, besides having the best name in EU, let's see how they handle themselves in a game of gem grab. Well, it turns out they looked pretty good. Although they were down quite a bit in gems, Kanan went for this super sick dive to land the kill on Humble's collector, Boss. They weren't able to gain any ground though, so that big pile of gems wound up right back in Boss's hands, and Humble went on to take round 1. Round 2 was a bit more even. Kanan bided his time looking for the perfect opportunity to strike. He dove in and tagged all 3 members of Humble. Although he died quickly, this did allow his team to take back some control of mid. But Humble knew how to crack the lobster's exoskeleton. Really, producers? Cursed popped his super and snuck behind enemy lines. Then, he synchronized his attack with KC, pinching the lobsters, then picking them off while steadily gaining mid control. Humble went on to take the round and the set. Set 2 went to Hot Zone, and the lobsters showed that they had plenty of fight left in them. With Xiaku on the Lola, they fended off Humble with a few picks while still racking up the percentage. Being down for the first time in the series, Humble tried to step it up. Casey and Boss coordinated a strike onto the lobsters, but it did not go as planned. The lobsters wiped them and finished off the percent, taking the round set and forcing round 3. Humble really went all out this time, dishing out tons of damage and pushing their way into the hot zone. From there, they scored this team wipe, which led to a huge lead on percentage. The lobsters tried to push back later in the game, but the firepower was too much for them to overcome, and Humble team wiped them again. Round, set, match. Humble moved on to the Cup 4 finals, where they would take on Reply Totem. Making it to back-to-back finals gave RT all the confidence in the world, as Joker took this aggressive left flank position and scored the pick on Boss. Then, Maru went full selfless mode, body blocking Casey's attacks to let Joker score the goal. Humble struck back with some aggression of their own as Casey popped his super right off the bat and the team pushed forward to gain ball control. The fight tipped in their favor as Boss popped an incredible super, scoring the double kill on Maru and Mori. Casey charged forward with the ball and scored the tying goal. Building off of this momentum, they pushed aggressively into RT and scored the full team wipe. RT stalled a little bit by putting the ball in the corner, but Humble just picked them off one by one while tracking down the ball and scoring the go-ahead goal. RT tried to clap back in round 2 with some aggression, but Boss was heroically able to fend off this 1v2 long enough for KC to respawn and push RT out. It came down to sudden death overtime, and the ball was deep in RT territory. With good teamwork and well-placed shots, Humble got the ball out of the corner and snuck it right past Maru, who tried to defend the shot but failed. Humble took set 1. Reply Totem evened up the series in set 2, which brought us here to set 3, Heist. Cursed, playing the Amber, survived this assault with just a sliver, but that was all he needed. He proceeded to pop off, picking up 2 kills and dishing out tons of damage onto the RT safe. Every time RT tried to push back into mid, it seemed like they were cursed, taking tons of damage or just getting picked off while their safe slowly bled. With 15 seconds to go and a 42% lead for Humble, Maru went in for a last-ditch comeback attempt, picking off 2 players in the process. But it was too big of a lead to overcome, as the timer ticked down and Humble were crowned the champions of Cup 4. Only 1 week remains in Split 2 for Yermina, and Reply Totem looks to be cruising to a first-place finish. But the rest of the pack is hotly contested, and seeding will determine the first-round matches when they get to the Split 2 Open Finals. Make sure to tune in again next time to see who makes it in. Well, that does it for me today. Make sure to stay plugged in throughout the week by clicking all of the links below in the description. Have a good one, everybody!